of the Weekday Wake and Bake.
Damn straight, we are back with your latest and greatest in cannabis industry news here on this beautiful Canna News Thursday here on the Weekday Wake and Bake. I am your co-host slash producer, Prosesher Sky, joined by the beautiful one and only host of your Weekday Wake and Bake, Miss Rachel. How you doing today?
Wonderful.
Yeah? Alive?
Yeah, alive.
Striving?
Sure.
Driving? Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing either of those things, but I'm here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And obviously keeping hella in the loop with the latest and greatest in industry news here on this beautiful Tuesday morning in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am so excited to bring these stories to the Roll Gangsters. And we have a brand new segment that we like to call Puff or Pass at the end of the show. It's basically a little true or false statement, a little fun fact, and wonder if you guys are puffing the fact or if you're passing on the fact. And I'm really excited to hear what Rachel has to say and what all the Roll Gangsters have to say at the end of the show. But we are going to smoke up some herbs and talk about some Canna News. Right, Rachel?
Yeah, sounds good.
So what would you say to a person that is watching this show that's never seen it before?
I hate when you ask this.
You hate when I ask you this question.
Yeah.
Well, babe, I don't know what to tell you. We gotta give a shout out to all the first time Roll Gangsters. You know, we go live every weekday morning, and we're blessed to have awoke. So,
I guess.
Rachel, come on, this is
I don't know
unacceptable.
how to answer
No,
it.
get your energy up. Come
I
on.
don't know how to answer it.
Just tell the Roll Gangsters if this is your first time tuning in.
If it's your first time tuning in, we come on here every day at 10 a.m. Sam says good morning really loud, and then we start the show and smoke some weed and talk about some topics. That's what we do.
That's basically it. Yeah. We love Session with the Roll Gangsters every weekday morning. We're blessed to have awoke, so we are blessed to have a smoke with all of y'all. Super excited to smoke up some of this peyote cookies, but we got some badass sponsors of the show that make it possible for the Weekday Wake and Bake and help out the Roll Gangsters along the way. What are these sponsors that we're talking about, Rachel?
So, as usual, shout out to the sponsors of the show. We have Amsterdam University, the first ever cannabis college. Great place to go get all of your cannabis knowledge. You can use the promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off of your tuition. And then, of course, the handy dandy cannabis multi-tool, the Rolling Spoon, helps you seal the deal and roll a dime every time.
Damn straight, some absolute legends sponsoring the show. The Amsterdam University one in particular, I mean, that's really super humbling. I went to Amsterdam University in 2017 and honestly never turned back. The industry has been so inclusive and so productive. I'm just so blessed to be a part of this budding industry. And Rachel too, she took the bud tending course to help her learn how to trap the herbs over at the the dispensary on Decatur. We both have used our Amsterdam University education to help customers find the best product they can. You know what I mean? Because this industry is super new and super ambiguous. Not a lot of people are considered industry professionals yet in the cannabis industry. But if you graduate Amsterdam University, nobody can really deny your cannabis industry professionalism, considering you graduated from the first ever cannabis college. And I'm super proud of Rachel for graduating, super proud of myself and all the Roll Gangsters tuning in using the promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off. Right?
Right, every bit counts. And honestly, it's like at least maybe $50, $100 savings.
Yeah, it
So
really
it's
is.
pretty nice, yeah. Help save that moolah.
Yeah, gotta save that moolah, because a penny saved is a penny earned. And use your Rolling Spoon scholarship. Rolling Spoon is your promo code for 10% off your industry education over at the First Cannabis College, Oaksterdam University. So without further ado, ladies and gents, we have a perfect little pinner to smoke this morning, and Rachel's got all the cannabis industry news. Let's hear the first story.
So the first one's coming out of, I feel like I can't say the state without saying it in a certain way.
Why? Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Minnesota,
I feel like
hell
that's
yeah.
how we say that state in this household.
Yep.
Minnesota.
Yep, we got one born in Virginia, one born in Pennsylvania, actually born in Delaware, technically, but I mean, she barely remember that shit.
Yes, I do. I lived there for 4 years. I still remember.
For 4 years.
I still
You remember your binky.
No, I
And-
remember lots of things.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And we one of our roommates, Zach, major shout out, Zach.
He's from Minnesota.
Minnesotan man. Yeah, we love Minnesota here in this house for sure.
Have you ever been to Minnesota?
I haven't, but I'm definitely gonna go. Definitely
yeah.
gonna go. Our roommate, Zach is from a beautiful little city in Minnesota. I've seen pictures and whatnot. It's honestly such a vibe, which is why I always love when we get to share some industry news. It's really, the cannabis industry in Minnesota is absolutely popping right now.
Didn't it become newly legal?
As Rachel yawns it off.
Sometimes I think I can get my yawn in when you talk, but then I realize I can't. Just depends.
You try to sneak in the yawn?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty newly legal. They were doing this weird loophole with hemp-derived THC. So as long as you get the THC from hemp, which has very minute amounts of THC, you can consume it. It was a really bad rule. So they just kind of legalized it, and now...
And now Minnesota's Red Lake National Tribe is to become the first tribal production and sales in Minnesota.
Let's go! Some tribal weed in Minnesota. We have it in Vegas. You know, it's a really, really unbelievable fact of history that the Native American, this one's specifically an Indian tribe, uses cannabis as their religious sacrilege. You know, they are fully accountable that God created cannabis and intended for us to consume it for the betterment of our health. And I really feel like it's the most realistic religion in terms of cannabis, because why else would it be such a healing and powerful source of vibes and calm if Mother Nature didn't intend us to use it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think anything that was put on this planet created for us to use to help live our life, make it more comfortable, more fun, or just keep us alive, I think we should use it. You know, like what would happen to all the weed if we just didn't smoke it? It would just sit there forever.
Yeah.
So might as well smoke it and make it do what it was supposed to do.
Damn straight. I mean, Mother Nature invented it for a reason. It's a religious sacrilege in this tribe. So,
yeah, that's really cool.
yeah, like they even, I mean, it's kind of controversial, but they allow their youth to consume cannabis in these religious rituals. And there have been zero signs of, you know, deficiencies mentally or growth.
Yeah.
development hasn't been affected too severely, or actually even noticeably. But it'll be really nice to see how this goes. You know, it's going to be really good for studies and just showing how legitimate the cannabis industry can be. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really excited about the, what tribe?
Red Lake National Tribe?
Yeah, do you want to go visit them?
Sure.
You want to go smoke with them? What do you think it would be like? Hotboxing a TP or something?
Pretty cool.
Yeah?
I don't know.
What would you want to do? If you were session with the peyote group, the Red Lake tribe, what would you like to do with them?
I'd like to hear their stories and learn about them and their life and how they ended up there, all of that. I just want to know more about their history and just ask them what their favorite show is.
Yeah, they don't watch any shows, that's for damn sure.
It was supposed to be a joke. Of course I know they don't watch any shows. I'm not that stupid.
It'd be a super fun anthropology lesson. We're gonna go and do a little docu-series on them one day, Rachel and I. We're gonna go and smoke some weed in the Minnesota's first cultivation and sales. So they're gonna have a cultivation and a dispensary on their tribal grounds, and I'll bet you it's gonna be some fine-ass cannabis. Awesome story. Minnesota, keeping the ball rolling in the industry. What's the next piece of industry news we got pumping, Rachel?
We've got a Boston cannabis company, MaryMed, stages Boston Tea Party reboot to convince feds to legalize.
Let's go.
It's a bit dramatic.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we need, though.
Yeah.
So, what was the Boston Tea Party?
You don't know?
No, not very much.
That they... Oh my gosh. I just know there was something against the people and all of the tea, and so they threw it overboard, and... Right?
No. No, it was a protest for the alcohol prohibition.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, cannabis prohibition still severely in effect.
My jokes today.
I don't know if they're even jokes, Rachel.
Yes,
Good lord. Your yawn's my favorite joke. But the fucking Boston Tea Party helped legalize alcohol whenever the feds had alcohol banned. And so...
I mean, it makes sense. Alcohol was hated upon and all of that back then, and same thing still happening with cannabis. So that helped legalize alcohol, and it'll help maybe legalize marijuana.
Yeah, y'all gotta see this video. They all dressed up like British colonials and were throwing tea bags into the Boston lake or whatever. Pretty cool that it happened in Boston too, right where the Boston Tea Party occurred. So Boston Tea Party 2.0.
4.20.
4.20. Good one, for sure. And hopefully it helps get the feds to legalize cannabis just like it helped the feds to legalize alcohol.
Yeah.
Which is a much more dangerous drug, in my opinion. You know, killing thousands of Americans and people around the world and formulating lots of bad habits. You know?
Yeah, cannabis definitely isn't as detrimental as alcohol can be. So I understand their frustration and think it's a good way to get their point across in more of a loving type of protest.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they're going up to the courthouse and just bringing and being like, legalize my shit.
It's creative. You're right. It's a stoner thought.
Exactly. It's really cool. They definitely were just sitting there smoking like, we should fucking do that, bro. And
Yeah, we should make the...
And then they dressed up
And they got a boat and they threw all the tea into the...
They definitely had a huge smoke sesh before doing it, all dressed up.
Oh my god, yeah. Such a
cheerio.
fucking high thought. Pip pip cheerio. Yeah. So, Boston Tea Party 4.20, really the second one ever, to promote legalizing cannabis instead of legalizing alcohol. So, really fucking cool story coming out of Boston. Gotta go and watch that video. But, so, we are done with our cannabis industry news. We will be back next Thursday with more cannabis industry news, keeping you updated on the latest and greatest as the ball keeps rolling onward in this budding industry. But we have one last segment to get on into. It's called Puff or Pass. It's basically the Weekday Wake and Bakes version of True or False. Rachel's gonna read our Puff or Pass quote factoid. We'll call it a factoid, and we are going to determine as a team, I know the answer, whether it's true or false. But got to give a major shout out to the whole squad tuning in. Got Hadina in the chat, the legend herself. I hope we get to go to this super cool event on Saturday together and sesh up. It would be a lot of fun. I know, Rachel works. We never have days off together, but yeah, hopefully Hadina and I getting together. The chat champ of the morning, Hadina, Felice, Hannah on Earth, the goat. So what's our Puff or Pass fact of the week?
Fossils of cannabis plants show that cannabis is older than humanity itself. I would take a puff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're puffing the fact that cannabis is older than humanity.
Yeah.
What all the roll gangsters think. Tap into the comments section if you knew the answer, if you guessed right. Be accountable. You know, we'll know if you're telling the truth. But Rachel is correct. Let's go. Yeah, so fossils of cannabis found to be almost 1 million years old.
How are we making it a substance, or what's it called?
A plant.
Category 1 substance or whatever?
Out of something that's older than us. Imagine if trees were just like, fuck humans.
Yeah.
You know what? Next human that sits under a tree dies.
Yeah, exactly.
They just cancel humans.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We are banning our elder from the chat by making cannabis illegal. Fossils were found almost 1 million years old. Y'all gotta see pictures of this. It looks like some classic cannabis sativa with the skinny long leaves, and I mean, there's fossils of some buds, some of the first ever pressed. That was pressed over a long period of time. I wonder if they could have found some trace cannabinoids on that thing. But I mean, really the future is in the palm of our hands, but so is the past in this situation, and we're learning so much about all the shit that, you know, because the future is infinite, but so is the past, and we know nothing about it, really. So it's really cool when we get little nuggets of information like this one.
It is.
Isn't that dope?
Yeah, it is. It doesn't make any sense why it's legal, but whatever.
Can you imagine finding a rock and being like, is this a pot leaf? That's gotta be $1 million fossil.
Probably.
Yeah, for real.
Oh yeah, there would be like some huge artist or something that would buy it. You know, someone that smokes weed and has the money, thinks it's dope and all of that.
Literally.
Yeah.
But such a cool little factoid. We are going to puff on this Puff or Pass fact of the week and close out this Canon News Thursday episode of the show, your latest and greatest in industry news from your favorite stony-ass newscasters, Prosesher Sky, and the beautiful Miss Rachel.
Thank you for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. for my favorite weekday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. I guess it doesn't really make sense, but whatever. For our pot culture news on Friday. We will see you then at 10 a.m. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Let's go. Love y'all, Roll Gang. See ya tomorrow.
See ya.